The question says, coming from Abu Kitten, from Missouri, living in a Western country, it says? Living in a Western country, is it permissible to pay for health insurance? Because oftentimes coming out of your pocket is very difficult, very expensive, etc. Jazakallah khairan, brother or sister, Allahu alam. And sorry that your question was ignored or skipped or whatever happened. Allahu alam. I'm not saying that we did that. Whatever happened, we apologize at the end of the day. This question is another example of something that we've spoken on a few years back. And that is what many Muslims today think and feel of the world in the East, the Middle East, and the world in the West. People, they pose questions, how to avoid music in the West, how to avoid pictures in the West, how to avoid riba in the West, what do we do when we have to go to free mixed universities in the West, etc. And we've said then, and we've said once more again, Tariq, many of these problems and sins and vices exist in the East as well. And we have to get out of this thought that life is perfect in Saudi Arabia. Life is perfect in Egypt. Life is perfect in Africa. Life is perfect in that. They have their problems and their ups and downs just like we do. And we've explained in the khutbah once with regards to divorce. The high rates of divorce in the Middle East. Every 6 minutes they say someone is divorced in Egypt. A woman. Every 6 minutes. It's not just America. People have major problems wherever you go. Muslim and non-Muslim. There are riba banks all over. The banks in which there is no filth of certain banks and central banks and Rothschilds, 2 or 3 countries in the world. That includes all other countries in the what? Middle East, North Africa, Indonesia, Malaysia, etc. Riba is everywhere. People, they make these sins everywhere. Are certain things worse in America? There's no doubt about that. Certain things, and vice versa. Certain things are better here. Are certain things better in certain parts of Africa or North Africa? No question about that. We don't deny that. La inkar fi hadha. But to say or to think that these things don't exist overseas, you're living in the dream world. In Saudi Arabia, the Prophet's city, Medina al-Munawwara, al-Madina Nabawiyya, you cannot get treatment unless you have insurance or you pay out of your pocket. And if you don't have insurance, certain hospitals, they won't even see you. Even if you have money, they won't what? They will not see you if you don't have insurance. And if you don't have a Hawiyya, an ID card, an Iqama, you can be sick. When I told you so, when I had food poisoning, I thought I was going to die without any exaggeration. I thought I was going to die. That's how painful it was. We got to the front counter. I was totally out of it. The first question the guy said, where's your Iqama and where's your insurance? It's that simple. And it's in the Prophet's what? The Prophet's city. So health insurance is not something that's specific to America. It's not specific to Canada. It's not specific to the UK. It's all over the world, this system of life. So we have to get out of that, thinking that things are different there. There's interest in Saudi Arabia. There's interest in the United States. There are people who listen to music in Saudi Arabia. People who listen to music in America. There are boyfriend and girlfriends. People who make zina. There are lesbians, homosexuals in Medina, Saudi Arabia. Just like there are lesbians and homosexuals in the United States. Are there levels, certain things worse and better? We have never denied that. We've never what? We have not denied that, but it does exist. All right? So that's first and foremost. So therefore, the questioner is basing something off of something. Is it permissible to get health insurance because kada, kada, kada? Who said that health insurance is haram from the get-go? Who said that all health insurance is haram? Are there certain elements of insurance in general which are impermissible, which are questionable, which are doubtful? There's no question about that. Whether it's interest, whether it's usury, whether it's this, whether it's al-jahala, al-gharar, etc. But everything in insurance is not haram. Every aspect in insurance isn't what? Isn't haram. In brief, people say that insurance isn't permissible because it entails riba. Tayyib. They say that insurance isn't permissible because it entails you paying for a service that you may not use, you may not get. Or you pay for something which is unknown. Fihi jahala, fihi gharar. And the Prophet ﷺ, he forbade naha an bay' al-gharar. He forbade transactions that involve uncertainty and a lack of surety. He forbade transactions in which you're paying for something and you don't know what you're getting in return. He forbade this. However, there are many other things that you do, you buy, you submit, or you subscribe to that involves gharar and jahala as well, such as cell phones. You pay for what on a monthly basis? Oftentimes people pay for what? What service do you pay for? Phone insurance, that's one thing. Getting your phone replaced, your phone is lost, or your son or your daughter decides to make wudu on your phone. It says, look, Abby, I did what? I gave wudu. You can't get angry at your son for that. Get a bucket of rice, pour it in there, see what happens. Or it's lost, or the phone gets ran over. This is reality. Okay, but even deeper than that, your basic service. Oftentimes, many people, they want what type of service? Unlimited. Unlimited text, unlimited call, unlimited data. Is that sure or unsure? Do you know how much data you're going to use? Do you know how strong the service is going to be? Do you know when they're going to see in a message, you've exceeded your limits of kada kada? Even though it's supposed to say unlimited, it'll be slowed down in this area. That in itself is what? That's unknown. You may use it all you what? You may not use it, but you're paying a what? Flat rate, a full fee. Is this not correct? Or you go to all you can eat buffet. How much food are you going to eat? $6.99, $7.99, and you can eat what? All you can eat. Is there a limit? The quality of the food, etc. And there are many other things that you pay for in which you're unsure of exactly how much you're going to need, how much you're going to get. A U-Haul truck, mileage, shipping something, the pound, etc. Buying meat, buying vegetables, pounds, dollars, this and that. Many, many different issues that you have to be careful of the modern world today. And it'll be almost impossible, and then if not impossible, very difficult to avoid those things living in the world today. Unless you're totally far from modern civilization in the mountains on your own farm. Everyone understand this? So oftentimes health insurance or car insurance may not necessarily be haram. And if it is haram, or if it includes aspects of haram, then sometimes it's a necessity in which your daughter gets hurt, your son is hurt, your mother is sick. You cannot pay those thousands of dollars out of your what? Out of your pocket. That's just too much money. Who has that type of money? Working, saving up, taking care of children, taking care of your family, trying to live as a Muslim, not taking interest, not paying the mortgage, this and that, so on and so forth. So oftentimes, things are a necessity. Oftentimes, if it's not a necessity, it's a mashaqqa, it's a haraj. And Allah Azza wa Jalla has negated any haraj being upon us in this deen. Everyone understand this? So sometimes it's permissible to get health insurance. Sometimes it may be mandatory, it may be wajib. For a husband, a father, to have insurance for his children, because accidents can do and will happen. They're going to fall, they're going to trip, they're going to need stitches. I knocked out my tooth, eyeglasses, dental plan. All these things are needed for the preservation of the basic health of a Muslim. We're not talking about some extravagant, fancy, luxurious thing. Basic coverage. When your wife is sick at 2 a.m. in the morning, she has to go to the emergency room. It's a reality. It's a reality. Everyone understand this? And if you don't say, well, no, I'll just go, and they send you a bill. What's the rule on becoming or being a slave of debt? How much does it cost to go to one emergency room visit, one doctor's visit? We have to be mindful of this. And they may kill you in a what? May kill you in an ambulance. So you have to be mindful of this. That's my humble opinion on health insurance or car insurance or any other type of insurance. And Allah knows best.